the I for eyesore. If you've ever visited Florida, you may have heard of it. If you're a local, then you definitely know of it. It's become somewhat of a meme in the Sunshine State. 307 feet of concrete and glass, it remains empty after originally being planned to open 25 years ago, all the way back in the year 2000. So what is this building? Why has it been given the nickname the eyesore on I-4? First thing that may have caught your eye is the shape. Eerily similar to Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated, it was designed by Baker Berrios Architects, a local firm that drew up the building back in 1998. The building owner was, and still is, Claude Bowers, the CEO of the Super Channel 55, a Christian television station. Officially called the Majesty Building, it was meant to be the new headquarters of the Super Channel 55, with it also serving as office space and public use. The 300,000 square foot structure was expected to cost around $40 million at the start of the project, around $77 million adjusted for inflation, and said it would only take 2 years to complete. Well, the 2 years passed and the project ran out of money, with only 14 of the 18 floors complete. Part of the reason for the stall was that the owner, Claude Bowers, refused to take up any debt to build the thing, and instead opted for a pay-as-you-go system, relying mainly on donors from their Christian TV audience. While that system worked to get the project started, it didn't do so well to keep it going, as large real estate developments are risky on their own, relying on the patronage of regular people who may get amped and donate once or twice, but will over time get fatigued, causing your only source of cash to dry out pretty quickly. As time went on, the relative popularity of the channel also began to shrink, and with that, their only donors began to as well. Still, over the years, it wasn't technically abandoned. Around 2005, the exterior glass began to be put on as the floors reached their final height. Still, the insides were completely hollow, and over many more years, construction would slow down to a snail's pace. Over the years, the CEO of the Super Channel 55 would be asked about the timeline of construction. And as time went on, the answers became less definitive and, well, in a modern day, remains empty with still no end in sight. The project sits on a stretch of Interstate 4 between Orlando and Daytona, while the building itself actually lies a little outside Orlando in Altamonte Springs. It kind of serves as an unofficial landmark guide for locals. Its size and proximity to the highway, as well as it being the only high-rise in its area, makes it stick out like a hair out of place. Over the years, it turned into a local meme and somewhat of the only celebrity building in Central Florida. Some locals say it's embarrassing, a big concrete reminder of what happens when optimism collides with reality. Others see it almost affectionately, like sure, it's an eyesore, but it's our eyesore. People give directions by it, joke about it, and even root for it in a weird underdog kind of way. Every few years, there's a new rumor floating around. Oh, it's finally happening, or someone's buying it out. But it always circles back to the same punchline. Nope, still empty. And the truth is, at this point, finishing the building almost feels less interesting than leaving it as is. It's frozen in time, like Florida's own modern ruin. You drive past it, you see the sun bouncing off all that glass, getting in your eye, and you're reminded of this bizarre story. A 25-year-long half-finished dream. So, will it ever be completed? Honestly, who knows? Maybe one day it will finally open its doors. Maybe it'll sit there another 25 years. But either way, the Majesty Building has already cemented itself as a legend. Not for what it was supposed to be, but for what it never became. And that's kind of perfect in its own Florida way.